Hi everyone, and thank you very much for joining me in this tutorial. In this one, we are going to check out the Seismic Explorer application with the help of which you can forecast the future earthquake events. So here, this application is connected with a US government website which has the data of all the earthquake events. Using these parameters, we are pulling the records, we are showing it to the user over here in the form of some interactive graphs, okay, like this. These are the clusters which have got created, and then we have one more graph in the bottom which is nothing but a bar graph. Fine. Then we have the second step named clustering, where we are using these two parameters, creating the clusters, and then we are creating a model using these three parameters over here. So once the model gets created, we get a pickle file over here, and then using this get forecast, we can simply forecast the events, okay, which can occur in the future. So if you see here, the dates all are future events. So this is the complete application, how it is working, what is the backend code, everything will be showed now to you in this lecture. So stay tuned with me, watch this video completely right from the beginning till the end so that you can get the complete understanding of this application. So how this application works, that is what we're going to check out first, and then we will see the backend code. I'm going to pull the records from US government website first using its API. At present, I was able to pull 209 records. Let's go down and create the clusters. These are the two parameters based on which I can create the clusters easily. Compute clusters, and we were able to found three clusters. Let me just increase the area and see how many clusters will get created. Still, there are three. If I increase to 100, I think it's fine. Or let me increase it to 1 or 200. Let's make it 200. So clusters found well. So there is an algorithm which we have in the backend which is helping us in creating these clusters. Let me come down and show you the other graphs also. So once you pull the data, automatically all these graphs gets created. These are the This is the one where you get to see the events location. These are the graphs where you get to see the total number of records, right, at each location. See, right. So these are completely interactive graphs that have been created through Chart.js, right? And it is an API-based application which you are seeing right now. It is created to Flask. Now what I'll do is I'll create the model. So at present, if you see the backend here, we do not have any kind of model. When I say model, there should be a PKL file, or there should be a model over here which can help us in forecasting the future events of earthquake. So at present, we do not have anything. Now we are going to create it. How? We will use this data for training our model and for creating it. So I'm going to put 10 here. I'm putting 10 here just because we are shooting a video and we do not have that much of time. Let me train the forecast. Not enough data. Okay, so data is not enough. I need to pull more data. Let me do it for 30 days. Now it will take a little bit of time because it is 30 days of data that we are pulling. In total, we are able to pull 1135 new events. That is really good. I'm going to decrease it to 50. Compute clusters. We are able to compute 30. Okay, and you can see the information of each of the clusters which have got created by the backend. Right now, let's come down and we're going to do 7. Yeah, that's just fine. Train forecast. So now the model is getting trained, and in within the next few minutes, we will see a model here with the help of which we will be forecasting the future events. And here, if you see, the graphs also have changed. Now, where the data is getting saved, let me just show that also to you. So we have an SQLite database connected with the backend, connected with the application, and this is a table in which, if you will browse, you'll get to see the complete records which have got pulled, which have been pulled from the government US government website. We have connected the application with. So this is a website which I'm talking about. Right from here, we pulled the complete information, and it's there in the code also. Okay, so fetch underscore data is the name of the file where you can find this API. So we are passing the start time, we're passing the end time, and we're passing the magnitude here. Okay, so this is the complete structure of the application. By the time the model is getting created, let me just explain it to you once. So this is the folder in which we have two different files, about and index.html. This is the one which is coming from index.html. If you will click here on, let me come down, and if I come here on about, I think I should see the about page or not. Sorry. Okay, so this is the about page where we have the complete, things about this project. Okay, this is the page which has its code here in this HTML file. Fine. Then we have this app.py. So as I've told you, it's a Flask application where we're using all these libraries. There is sklearn that we've used. It's a machine learning library. I hope you know about it. Then we have this train forecast. We have this DBSCAN, which is coming from sklearn. And then we have these two routes. This is for this is redirecting us to index page, and this one is for the about page. This is the one which we're using for pulling the records from the government website. This is for creating the events. This is for creating the clusters, and finally, this is for forecasting the future events based on the data that have come here from that government website. Let's see how much time it will take now. Okay, so the model has got trained successfully. Now, if I come here, I can see this pickle file. Okay, so earlier it was not there, but now because we have the data and we trained the model, the backend has created for us this model file. So now using this model, we're going to predict the future events. How can we do that? We just have to click here on get forecast, and we will be able to see these events down over here. So these are the number of events which can occur on this date and these days. This is the complete application and this complete code to you. In case you have any doubts, any queries, let me know in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much and have a great day, guys.